Hi students, and welcome to another week in online general psychology. This week is our halfway point. Since this is a Flex One 8-week course, we are entering into week 4. So almost there, almost there. So you are doing an excellent job. I know it's a lot of work in such a short amount of time, but you really are doing a great job, and I'm really proud of you. If any of you returned to some face-to-face classes last week, I hope that that transition went well for you. I hope you're enjoying being back on campus. If you are still in the remote world, I hope that's treating you well also. I think most of us are kind of doing a hybrid. So I only have one class that moved from Zoom to face, and everything else is an online class, like your class. So I think we're all adjusting to, this hybrid mix. So I hope it's going well for you. So I want to first point out for this week, due by Wednesday. And I know that's a little different for you because normally everything's due on Sunday, but you do have a midterm exam. It is over chapters 1 through 7, and it's due on Wednesday, September 15th. So please make sure that you get that taken care of earlier in the week. You may want to get a jump start on it. So the best way to study for the midterm exam is to go back through all of your post tests. Now this is a little, because it's a flex course, chapter 7 isn't technically due until Sunday, even though it is on the midterm exam. So make sure you do chapter 7 before Wednesday so you can get that done. Flex courses create little schedule issues sometimes. So the best way, as I was saying, to study for the midterm or prepare for the midterm exam is to go back and look over your chapter post-test. You can go in and review them without it changing the grade or anything along those lines. So that's the best way. You can expect your midterm exam to be very similar as to what you've been doing on your chapter post test. Okay, so that's the midterm exam. And then for week 4, which is the week that we'll be in, we're covering 2 chapters, chapter 7 and chapter 8. Chapter 7 is over memory. So in this chapter, you'll be going through and looking at the process of memory in the brain, how it is encoded, the storage and the retrieval, as well as the different parts of memory, so short-term, working-term, and long-term memory. And then the chapter concludes with some mnemonic devices, memory techniques, and so forth. So not only is this an interesting chapter in terms of how memory works, I also feel like it's a useful chapter in possibly improving your own memory. And then, of course, there is also in there some information on things like amnesia and Alzheimer's and so forth, which is the forgetting side of memory. So I think you'll really enjoy this chapter. You have a narrated PowerPoint, a regular PowerPoint, 2 assignments in Connect, and the chapter post test. So chapter 7, again, I'm stretching that deadline out still because that's what I've always done, but chapter 7 will be on the midterm, okay? So make sure that you're aware of that. And then chapter 8 is overthinking intelligence and language. So this chapter is really looking at things like IQ, which stands for intelligence quotient, how that number is calculated, because it is a number that we're given. You'll look at some of the more popular IQ tests, and then talk about problem solving and the cognitive thinking process, and then of course looking at some of the language acquisition. So that is what this chapter covers. You will have 2 assignments on chapter 8. One is on bilingualism, which hits that language part. The other one is on critical thinking and metacognition, which are two important elements of being a college student. And then your chapter 8 post-test. So midterm exam due on Wednesday, chapter 7 connect assignments and post-test due on Sunday. Chapter 8, connect assignments, and Chapter 8, post-test due on Sunday. There's no discussion question this week or anything else. So I hope that you're having a great week. I hope we get some cooler temperatures soon. I'm ready to usher fall temperatures in. And as always, if there's anything I can do for you, do not hesitate to reach out. Have a great week, everyone.